Every survivor has their own three dots. Moments that feel small, almost meaningless, but are monumental. Could your life depend on a small pause? Could a single hesitation carry the weight of your life? I'm Josh Brown, CEO of the Fort Bend Women's Center. Every day we meet survivors taking steps towards safety, steps that are invisible, quiet, and monumental. For Lila, it started in the kitchen as she opened the chat on her browser. She typed, "Hi." A reply appeared almost immediately. "Hi, my name is Zoe. How may I help you today?" Her fingers hovered over the keyboard. She typed, erased, typed again, paused. Every word felt like it carried the weight of her life. Could she really send this message? Could she risk being discovered? Zoe followed up. "Are you okay? I can help you." On Zoe's screen, she appeared only as three blinking dots. Typing, erasing, hesitating. Words unspoken. Details unshared. A presence she felt, but had not yet revealed. Every blink of these dots carried her courage. Every pause carried her fear. Every hesitation held her hope. Her mind raced. What if they don't understand? What if it makes things worse? What if I'm discovered? The room was quiet except for the hum of the fridge in the kitchen. The faint scent of laundry detergent floated through the air, almost comforting, almost ironic. Everything looked ordinary, yet her chest felt like it was holding a storm. Memories surfaced without warning. The night her words weren't heard. The time she whispered for help and nothing came. The friend she lost who never got out. Every memory pressed her hands tighter around the keyboard. She could feel her pulse in her throat, in her fingertips. Her hand shook. She gripped the edge of the counter, trying to steady herself. And yet, she didn't send the message. She didn't have to. Not yet. Those three dots were her courage. Her quiet declaration to herself that she existed, that she mattered, and that she could reach for help when she was ready. Her thumb hovered again, nearly touching the send button. She imagined what might happen when the message went through. She imagined someone she trusted answering. She imagined hope. She inhaled slowly, let the moment stretch, felt the fear and the hope mingle. One hand gripping the phone, the other hand resting on the arm of the couch, grounding herself in the ordinary world around her. And then she closed the chat window. The three dots disappeared from Zoe's screen. But what they represented didn't. They carried her courage, her fear, her hope. They carried her first step towards safety. You see, that's the thing about small wins. They're often invisible. They're quiet. They happen in those spaces that no one else sees. Sometimes a life-changing act is just a few words typed, or erased, or paused. When help responded, when a kind voice returned her message, those dots had already done the hardest work. They'd broken the silence. Every survivor has their own three dots. Moments that feel small, almost meaningless, but are monumental. Moments where the heart races, where fear battles hope, where courage lives in hesitation. Every time we see those dots, on a screen, in a pause, in a breath held, we have to honor them, celebrate them. Recognize that real survival begins in the quietest, smallest gestures. Because the first step doesn't always look like a step at all. Sometimes it's just three blinking dots, waiting, hesitating, hoping. And when that small act finally leads to action, Every blink, every hesitation, every tiny pause has been the beginning of everything. If you or someone you know is living with fear or uncertainty, you do not have to face it alone. The Fort Bend Women's Center offers confidential support, safety planning, counseling, and emergency shelter for survivors of domestic violence and sexual assault. You can reach our 24-hour crisis hotline at 281-342-HELP. That's 281-342-4357. Or learn more at FBWC.org. And if you're listening today and you're wondering whether it's time to reach out, maybe your first step is simply those 3 dots: typing, pausing, thinking. When you're ready, someone will be there on the other side.